Welcome once again to another video. Thanks as always for tuning in. Please remember to like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, hit that notification bell. And also guys, please comment and let me know what you think about the videos, alright? Maybe something I have said that you may or may not have agreed with, or whatever it is that is in the content that you want to comment about, feel free to do so. And I'm imploring you to do so, okay? And also guys, let me just let you know how appreciative I am for you to take time out of your busy schedule to join me in another video. All right, it is greatly appreciated. And for those of you guys who haven't been watching the videos, liking and sharing, I'm asking you, to please, if you do so for me. What I mean? It is always appreciated, and it can't be too much, guys. You know what I mean? I have the subscribers, but I'm not getting the views, you know what I mean, and the likes. So please to subscribe and like the videos and share and all that good stuff. All right. Okay. So guys, this video that I'm coming to you with now, this first content is about, if you remember this guy's face that you're looking at on your screen right now. He was wanted for questioning, right? He wasn't necessarily he was just, put it this way, he was just a person of interest, right, in the death of social media influencer Slickiana, right? But he didn't give up himself to the police, to for them to carry out their necessary question and answer session with him. So he was picked up over there in Hanover, where he's from. He was there chilling out at an hotel, right? When the police went and got him. So anyway, so guys, Assistant Commissioner of Police Clifford Chambers, commander of the Area 1 Police Division, who say that Patterson, who was picked up in Hanover by an Area 1 operational team on Wednesday, will be charged following a question answer session in the presence of an attorney. So the operation was executed on Wednesday morning at the Palm Tree Guest House on Green Island, and it was executed by members of the Area 1 team. So the subject is now safely in custody. He will be interviewed later today and most definitely will be charged for offenses relating to the media influencer Anika Townsend, otherwise called Slickiana. So ACP Chambers said he was not advised of any challenges in picking up Patterson. He said the operation was smoothly executed. No shots were fired and there was no confrontation. Lucky for him, all of that didn't take place, because I would be reading this right now. I wouldn't be saying all of this right now, because it would be a different case, right? So lucky for him, he didn't put up any resistance. All right. So before I even go any further, guys, for those of you who want to get more feedback or more information about some things, some critical matters or information about this guy here, you can go over there to Popeye's news link. Popeyes did an interview with him that he heard on his show. So those of you who don't know about Popeye News Link, you just go over there on YouTube and type in Popeye's News Link, and you will find him there. You can watch the video, so you'll get more in depth, information about this guy here. You know what I mean? So yes, guys. So while I'm saying that right now, I just want to big up a few of these few bloggers, that I have always checked out and try to make my blog, more like them. You know what I mean? People that I look up to, and I want to say big up to Rapper Crapper, and Popeyes, as I said before, and On the Spot News Media, Politics Watch. You know what I mean? Those are some of the guys. There's a few of the guys that I can say off the top of my head right now that big up to, and hopefully one of these days I'll be more like some of like you guys. All right. So anyway, guys, let us move along. So the tactical team was very equipped and competent. So in other words, they were ready for anything that Mr. Rushane was up to. You know. So if there was any intended resistance, I am sure persons will think twice. Stated ACP Chambers. So as you remember, they were advised that they should make sure they come out on top if any of these so-called bad men, put up a resistance when they are going for them, shoot to kill, right? And guys, trust me, I hope they don't, but I'm all for that, because these are the people that are making Jamaica, a place that some of us are not sometimes pleased to speak about, or whatever, because of the crime and all of that going on, right? So Patterson, who is also known as Chizzy from Prospect District in Hanover, was named as a person of interest on October 22 after the body of 35-year-old Townsend was fished from the sea in Reading, St. James. So Townsend was hails from Kingston address, though rumors had been circulating that Patterson had fled the island. ACP Chambers refuted the claims. So he was trying to make it out that he had left the island. As a matter of fact, I think he told Papa that he was off the island. But, he was there, right there in Jamaica, in Hanover. He was hiding out in a motel right down there. He was here all the while. He never left the shores of Jamaica. And his documents, as a matter of fact, they had said that his documents was confiscated. So I don't understand why, because how can you leave the island when your documents are in the hands of the authorities, but I think because he knows that people are using other channels to leave the island and join the members of the diaspora over there in the USA. So he's probably trying to make it off that he is one of those guys. So he added, people who are confused with a person who can use a number with a different area code that appears on WhatsApp. It's not strange, he explained. Right? So guys, that all that being said, this is this was kind of surprising to me when I heard this news. So Patterson, the same Rushane Patterson that you're looking at on your screen, guys, and this is the young lady on top there that he was wanted for questioning about, and this is her and a much bigger picture right here. So for you guys who didn't watch the video, can go over and find that video and watch it, and you'll get some better understanding as to what is going on. So I saw a headline today, and I was checking it out, and it says Patterson charged with offenses not related to Slickiana's death. Right? So Hanover, right there over in Hanover, Jamaica, Rushane Patterson, the man who was named as a person of interest in a police probe into the death of popular social media personality Anika Slickiana Townsend, was charged a short while ago with unrelated offenses stemming from other cases. Right? So we'll be listening out and looking, to get some updates on this, on this case, and related cases, and also in the death of Slickiana, right? Because it is yet to be proved that he was the one that carried out the killing. The number of cases and full details surrounding those cases are not available at this time. He has been formally charged for some offenses unrelated to the main one under investigation now, stated Police Area 1 Commander Assistant Commissioner of Police Clifford Chambers. The offenses from previous cases include abduction and abduction with intent to rob. So ACP Changers said ongoing investigations have led to deferment informal charges being placed against Patterson in relation to Townsend's case. Investigators are still unboxing new evidence, which is the reason why he has not yet been formally charged with regards to the offense, explained ACP Chambers. Patterson, who is also known as Chissy, is from Prospect District in Hanover. Right? So as I said, guys, we'll be looking out and listening out for updates and bring it to you guys in subsequent videos. All right. So, guys, this other story that I'm coming to you with now, and this one, guys, I have to say is quite something that you'll want to hear about. So stay tuned for that. All right. So, a cop who was held in custody for 3 days after murder acquittal was awarded more than $17 million, guys. Right? And that is a shocking one, because we don't normally see something like that in Jamaica, right? So listen to this, guys. A policeman who spent 3 days and 3.5 hours in custody, right, was, after being freed by the appellate court of a murder charge in 2017, has been awarded more than $17 million in damages for the unlawful detention. The award was made recently after Leonard Lindsay sued the state for malicious prosecution and false imprisonment after being barred from leaving prison despite the appeal court acquitting him of his criminal charge. Policeman Leonard Lindsay was charged with murder following a shooting incident in 2010. He and his colleague Tyrone Finley responded to a report of robbery, and during a shootout, one man was killed. Lindsay argued at trial that he fired in self-defense, but he was convicted and sentenced to 25 years imprisonment at hard labor. Wow. He appealed the conviction and was acquitted in November 17, 2017, but he was not released from prison until 3 days later on November 20th, 2017. Detective Lindsay later sued the state for his false imprisonment, which lasted 3 days and 3 hours, and for malicious prosecution based on the case which was brought against him. He asked the Supreme Court to award exemplary and aggravated damages based on suffering he endured for 3 days after his acquittal and the trauma he endured during the court process. The Supreme Court, in assessing his damages, found that the circumstances of his incarceration were harsh, as he was in constant fear for his life, especially from persons whom he had caused to be in prison. He also suffered embarrassment because he was arrested in front of his colleagues, and many of them believed he was guilty. The court said, based on his loss of reputation and all the other circumstances, he should receive $17 million with interest for malicious prosecution. He was also awarded $625,000 with interest for false imprisonment and $1.3 million for aggravated damages. And I have to applaud the court for this one. Trust me, because when you think of it, guys, I know there has been from over the years there has been arguable arguable and questionable shootings by the police, right? But if the evidence is not there, and from he was acquitted, that means enough evidence wasn't there. So I don't know how he was charged in the first place, right? And so how can you charge a policeman, with a crime like that, and you don't have the evidence, and he was sentenced, right? No, he was acquitted and he wasn't released from prison until 3 days after, for whatever reasons, I don't know. And guys, when you think about it, these are some of the things why why the country is in so much of a turmoil right now as it relates to crime, right? Because when these criminal elements see stuff like this, right, with policemen are being sentenced, are being jailed, imprisoned for shooting a criminal, what you think they're gonna be saying to themselves? And we're seeing it right now where they're some of them are charged for even double murder. Either they get bail or they're just given like maybe a couple of years sentence, and they're back on the streets, while cops are being sentenced to all these years in prison, right? 25 years in prison at hard labor, right? When you have criminals being sentenced for 12 years and they're up for parole within a few years, right? So what do you think that's the reason why the crime is like that there, because they're not afraid, right? So somebody needs, as I said before in other videos, guys, somebody needs to revisit the law books and change a lot of these laws that we have right now, because I'm sure when you look at it, a lot of these laws were made from, as old time Jamaican people would say, from Wappy Kill Philip, right? So these laws are old and they need to be revisited and changed, right? So I implore anybody who can watch this video, who is hearing this now and can tag someone in authority to do such thing, then please to do so, right? Because this is crazy. But anyway, guys, let us move on. So this other story, guys, that I'm gonna bring to you now. So on your screen there now, Minister of National Security Dr. R.S. Chang says the public should expect an increase in police fatal shootings. Right? He says that the police improve their capacity and intelligence gathering, they'll end up in more confrontations with criminals. The National Security Minister says he'll not apologize for wanting the police to win when they engage criminals, and rightly so. And I also applaud him for bold making those statements, right? And we all, as good, law-abiding citizens, should be happy to hear this, because the police are it's like crazy right now. If you turn, you see people fighting the police and all kind of stuff, right? Okay, guys, so let's move along. This final story, guys, that I'm coming to you with is another good spot of work by the police, all right, over there in St. Andrew. And if you look at your screen right there now, this is a Taurus 9mm pistol, right? It was seized by the police with a magazine containing 13 rounds of ammunition. Was seized by the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force during a targeted operation in Bedward Crescent over there in St. Andrew. One man was arrested and charged, right? And he's another of the lucky ones, that he didn't put up any resistance. So guys, look at this thing now, how it look rusty. You see how it rusty? Well, trust me, I can guarantee you this probably have a whole lot of notches on it, as they would have said in some of those old westerns. They have a whole lot of notches on it. It's still dangerous, no matter how much you see how it rusty. Trust me, guys. This is a dangerous piece of machine, right? So good job by the police again, right? So anyway, guys, blessed love, and thanks again for tuning in to another video. And please remember, guys, to like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit that notification bell. And also comment, guys, comment and let me know what you guys think. All right? And if you agree with whatever the content is or whatever I've said, please feel free to comment and let me know. All right? Blessed love.